Hello and welcome to LFC Focus. Got some transfer news for you today. Some very interesting transfer news is one word to describe it. And if you haven't heard it already, then I'd prepare yourself a little bit because it isn't the best news in the world. So I think it's safe to say that the Van Dijk to Liverpool transfer saga has gone on for some time now. It's been months since we were first linked with the player. And in the last few days, it felt like we were finally going to get our man. We'd beaten off Man City and Chelsea in terms of competition for signing the player. Van Dijk had apparently expressed his opinion that he did want to sign for Liverpool. His representatives wanted him to go to Liverpool. Southampton threw a little bit of the spanner in the works by apparently making an approach to the Premier League that Liverpool had illegally approached Van Dijk, but it felt like that was only a little bit of a hiccup and we were eventually going to get the deal over the line until this evening, Liverpool put out a rather odd statement on their site, and I'm going to read it to you because it needs to be heard to be believed, I think. So it starts off, Liverpool Football Club would like to put on record our regret over recent media speculation regarding Southampton Football Club and player transfers between the two clubs. Starting off, that just sounds weird. It's vague. There's no real indication of where this is going. It just doesn't sound good, pretty much. And it goes on to say, we apologise to the owner, board of directors and fans of Southampton for any misunderstanding regarding Virgil van Dijk. And that's when the bomb drops because we know it's bad news and it's about Van Dijk, which is exactly not what Liverpool fans wanted to hear. And it ends, we respect Southampton's position and can confirm we have ended any interest in the player. I mean, first of all, the fact that we've had to put out an apology letter pretty much to Southampton just shows how catastrophic our attempts to sign the player were, and is very, very embarrassing when considering the fact that we'd apparently beaten off this competition from City and Chelsea. Felt like we were finally making huge statements in the transfer market. We were going to make a marquee signing, a player that we really needed, a player who was highly sought after in the Premier League, and we were really going to make a name for ourselves and establish ourselves as one of the top clubs in the country. Now we'd got into the Champions League, but the fact that the transfer's completely fallen through, and the fact that it's fallen through in such an embarrassing way, is just not good news to start the transfer window off, really. I mean, we started off with the Solanke signing, which is all right. It was good to get business going early, but these were the kind of signings that we were waiting for. We needed a player like Van Dijk. We've been crying out for a half-decent centre-back for a very long time now. So for that deal to have just completely fallen through after waiting so long for it to actually happen is incredibly disappointing. And at this time, you know, we don't know enough about the deal yet to actually be able to blame someone. We can't say that it's FSG's fault. We can't say that it's Jurgen Klopp's fault. We can't say that it's the new CEO, Peter Moore's fault. But it just smacks of a lack of experience and a lack of understanding of how to make these big transfers. And that's something that with what's happened today, worries me that this could be a thing that carries on in the transfer market, is Liverpool not really knowing how to go about making big money signings. I mean, you look at the business that Man City have done when they've already bought in Bernardo Silva from Monaco. They made that signing on the day that the speculation started, which is simply not what Liverpool do. We have about, like with Van Dijk, about 4 months speculation before we actually sign a player, and it just shows the gulf in how we and the other top clubs in England actually go about our business. And it worries me for the rest of the window, really. It worries me for what we're actually going to do. What are we going to sign any players? Are we going to sign any big players? I just don't know. I just don't know. Very disappointing news. Very, very disappointing news. In other transfer news, Liverpool apparently today made an approach for Stefan de Vrij. I think that's how you pronounce it, from Lazio. He's another centre-back. He looks like he's now going to be our backup option to signing Van Dijk. Liverpool bid 17 million euros, but Lazio are holding out for 30 million, so that's going about as well as any other Liverpool attempt to sign a player at the moment. So who knows how long it'll be before that inevitably falls through. We seem to have just forgotten that we were trying to sign Mohamed Salah. I mean, it felt like, again, like with Van Dijk, that we were about to get the deal over the line, and then Van Dijk came to the forefront, and we've heard nothing about Salah for the last few weeks or so. But, well, not few weeks, few days or so. But it's just, it feels like everything has suddenly fallen apart in the transfer window for Liverpool. But what's important now is that Jurgen Klopp and the rest of the transfer committee, as they're infamously known, can recover from this quickly, get going again in transfer business, work out who they're going to sign instead of Van Dijk, because they've now made a categorical statement that they are absolutely 100% not going to sign him. So, you know, I, like most Liverpool fans, I think, went through the denial stage of grief thinking that maybe we could still sign him, but it's fairly obvious that we're not going to get it done. So what we need to do now is just carry on with our transfer business, identify a different target, get on with signing other players like Mohamed Salah and maybe Naby Keita as well, if we can get that deal sorted out, and hopefully things can get better from here, because I mean, I really can't see how they can get any worse. So that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, why not give it a like? If you're new around here, why not subscribe and check out some of the other content that's been out on the channel in the last week or so. Follow at LFC Focus TV on Twitter, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now.